Kravitz. If you have not followed his Triple H horse racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.
Good evening and welcome to episode 4 of Horsing Around. It is our Eclipse Award after party recap. Welcome everyone who's watching live on YouTube. This is the HHH Racing Podcast reacting to the Eclipse Awards. Let me just say right off the start, I want to say congratulations to one person, Paul Halloran.
Yep.
Congratulations to you, man, and everyone involved with Cody's Wish, the horse of the year. Paul, I know it's an emotional time for you. I'll let you get your thoughts together. Pete Visco, was quite the interesting night there at the Eclipse Awards for a lot of reasons. A lot of long speeches, a little, a little profanity, a lot of stuff mixed in, but true celebration of the horse.
Yeah, it was good, right? You want to have Paul? Paul should lead this off, I think.
Yeah, I just want to make sure Paul was ready to go.
You ready, Paul, or you want to take a minute?
Yeah, I tell you,
he was ready.
When they brought my friend Kylie up there, that was, I think Matt Miller. I think it got to Matt Miller in his living room too. That was something.
Yeah.
I tweeted before we even got there. I mean, after the very first award of the night, the moment of the year, I posted on X, Paul, are there onions in the room, or is it just me? I mean, just right from the start, just quite amazing. And you had a pretty good feeling, Paul, when they asked Kylie to come up and announce the winner. She sure as hell was going to announce the winner of someone else.
Yeah, White Barrio.
Yeah,
that was a nice touch, though. Whoever came up with that, and the Godolphin. Godolphin's never had a horse of the year for all their success, and for them to allow Kelly to accept that award, it's just consistent with what they've done. We've talked about it. You guys have seen it. You don't need me to talk about it. You guys have all seen it up close yourselves, and that was pretty good. Someone should write a book about this.
And a movie.
I wonder who that is.
Kyle, do you know any ideas?
I don't know. It would be a good idea though if someone did decide to do that.
Yeah.
Kyle Roscoe, of course, here, host of Bet and Booze, and Pete Visco, Paul Halloran, Howard Kravitz on a real special night. Let's give a shout out to the fans. We got Katie's here. Good evening again. Ralph Conti, what a great night for Cody's Wish. A lot more to write now, Paul. I got a feeling Paul anticipated that. I think he's got some of that chapter already written, but you never know. Crazy things can happen. Horsey Dave from Toronto. Hi, all. Horsey Academy Awards are over. Waiting here for the after party. Wait no longer. It is here. Shoddy is here. Live just in time. What's up, Shoddy? Shoddy might have some thoughts about Mr. Rapoli. I saw him respond on X. Terry Frank from St. Louis, but he's actually in Hallandale. So, Terry, enjoy the Pegasus this weekend. Matt Miller, didn't expect people I knew to get me to cry like this all over again. Matt, listen, I had Kleenex here at the ready. It was sort of expected, that he'd win, but still, just to see them all there and was awesome. Penn State Scott is here. After party, expecting to see Paul wearing a lampshade after that win. No, not necessary. Again, Matt is here. Matt, let's put that up. Couldn't be more excited for you, Paul, and the Dorman family from Matt Miller. Again, any comments or questions you have for anyone on the panel, but especially directed to Paul, I think would be appropriate. Paul, let's start with the headline. Not only Cody's Wish win Horse of the Year, and of course, congratulations to everyone involved. He wins Older Dirt Mail, which really, I wasn't sure that would actually happen. And in relation to that, Godolphin wins owner for 7th time of the year, leading breeder 3rd time, and their 3rd consecutive win for owner and breeder. Unbelievable accomplishment for the connections of Cody's Wish.
Yeah, and take it one more, Howard. Bill Mott. Bill Mott winning the trainer. And that was, a pretty, we'll see what the final votes were, but I don't know what you guys thought. I mean, I certainly voted for him with good conscience, objectively. But you could certainly make a really good case for the other two guys. So that was great to see. And you want to talk about an emotional night. Bill talks, his son Riley and his daughter-in-law Megan are there, and of course they just lost their 2-year-old daughter a few weeks ago. So yeah, it's Horsey Dave has a good comment in there.
Yeah, Kyle, what do you think about this?
Don't
Should
they?
the
Don't
Eclipse
they
Awards
have
a
one?
category for
Yeah, you could
podcasts?
submit. You
Well,
could
no,
submit
didn't
an
a
episode,
podcast-
Howard.
A
They
podcast
have
won the award, right? A podcast won the multimedia award. I thought
It was a segment. I think the segment won, Pete. It was a secretariat segment.
but it was
Yeah.
it was a podcast that ran the segment. I think, though, right? Because I thought I was looking at the winners,
believe
and
so.
I was like, oh, I didn't even know they had that. I didn't know that was eligible. That was cool.
By the way, speaking of which, Pete and everyone, when is Steve Bicken will win some kind of a
Yeah,
Boost Award?
I
it's
agree.
Really
No kidding.
unbelievable. I mean, the guy's just been a champion from the start promoting the sport of horse racing. We think it's difficult, guys, to fill some time, an hour and a half, 3 hours a week. This guy does it, 3 hours Monday through Friday? Crazy.
Friday. 15
Yeah.
hours a week. Yep.
Unbelievable. Sing said you can see the presenters every time they just speak about Cody's Wish. We're choking up. Kyle, we're going to talk about some other things. We're going to be pretty short, folks. We'll be out at about 10 p.m. here. We'll about 25 minutes here for the show left. Kyle, we've just had such the honor. We've talked about many times, everyone on the screen here, but especially you, myself, and of course Paul, to get to know the Dormans and to see the whole family up there, and to see Kelly, who, by the way, looking very sharp in the tux, wore it very well, but just the emotion, you could feel the crowd's warmth in the room, and they were, I don't know if you noticed on TV, they were all standing up.
Yep.
I've watched a lot of Eclipse Awards. I don't recall them always standing up for the Horse of the Year award. The entire room was standing. Really an amazing night for them.
No, yeah, it's a very powerful moment, not only through, everyone giving a standing ovation for Horse of the Year and, the amazing story that it is, but Kelly giving a very, very good speech and just trying to thank everyone while, Cody's picture flashes up on the screen and the whole thing. It's just an unbelievable ending moment for the family, and such an unbelievable story. And like I said, we will have to wait a little bit, but, we're all excited to read about it. But, yeah, I brought a little something extra for the after party. So cheers to Cody's Wish for winning Horse of the Year.
Nice. Well, I got a little surprise for everyone. This is care of Paul Halloran, with I'm sure the blessings of the Dorman family. Paul, why don't you talk about this picture?
Yeah, so that was last year. NBC won the Eclipse, as they did again this year. They won it. They won one specifically for the 6-minute segment they did on Cody and Cody's Wish that ran prior to the Dirt Mile of 22. And Jack Felling, the coordinating producer of that broadcast, that is the actual trophy. He sent the trophy to Cody. So Cody would have his own Eclipse Award trophy. It's very heavy, by the way, and it cost about $5,000 to make, in case you were interested.
Okay, interesting.
But so that photo was taken. That Eclipse Award sits in the Dorman's living room.
That's awesome. And thank you for sending the picture and sharing that with all of us, Paul. Will Craig in the chat, guys. This is according to David Grenning, misspelling. No problem, Will. We appreciate all the info. Cody received 134 of the 219 ballots for Horse of the Year, obvious majority. White Barrio second with 37, Idiomatic third, 21. Up to the Mark did receive some write-in votes, 9. Arcangelo 6. Paul, as I fair to say, a bit biased voter of the Eclipse Awards, but something that we know would be fair. Your thoughts on the dominance of Cody's Wish, 134 219 over White Barrio and Idiomatic. No surprise, I suppose, to you.
No, I didn't know that it would be that much, though. That great a margin. Remember, it's only first place votes that matter,
Right.
so you don't know, what it would have looked like for a second, third. But yeah, I mean, I thought it'd win, and I think on paper he should win. But that's probably a bigger margin than I would have anticipated.
Before we get into
Someone,
some of the,
I love the one vote for Practical Move, and every year we have to go through this. That it's a very, very minor footnote on a night like this, but someone's got to be stupid, and now you got to look at ballots, and
and
please.
that person should not be able to vote again. But
Correct.
Okay, anyway,
That is correct.
Although I wonder if Practical Move didn't pass, if they would have voted. Maybe it was a memorial type of
But
well,
vote. I mean,
memorial
not
That-
saying
that's
it's
very
right, but
possible,
I'm
but
saying
that's
that
wrong.
could have been maybe that was the explanation.
wrong time, wrong place to I don't even know how to phrase it, but I hear what you're saying though, Pete. Before we get into some of the side comments and things that I think should be at least discussed a little bit on the Eclipse, guys, I have every single award written down. We're not going to go through everything, obviously, but just some items that I think could have gone a few ways. Goodnight Olive wins the female sprinter over Echo Zulu. Pete, I think either one of them would have been worthy champions. Your thoughts on Goodnight Olive over Echo Zulu, female sprinter of the year?
Yeah, that's what I would have done. My unofficial ballot was undefeated. I didn't get any wrong in
Of
my
course not.
unofficial
It's
ballot.
like
that
Saturday
nobody
for you,
cares
right,
about.
with your picks?
Yeah, apparently.
I also did
But no,
feel
I mean,
Kevin
I
up
think
here.
I think Echo Zulu. I mean, I think the injury hurt Echo Zulu. I think if Echo Zulu run, I don't even know what would happen if they ran and even Goodnight Olive won. It would have been sort of a 1-1. But you have to give it to Goodnight Olive winning the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah. Brad Anderson, what's up, Brad? How you doing? Hey, Paul from Brad Anderson. Did they give him the clips for the best Breeders' Cup winner's circle photo? You know what I did not know, guys, until tonight. And I'm even more pissed off myself / jealous that I wasn't there in real time. Again, another story for another time. I didn't realize that the winner's circle picture was taken where the background was the track. In other words, they turn the picture around. So actually, Brad and who else was there? Patrick. They actually had to walk through the winner's circle and go onto the platform or whatever. I thought it was. Do you know what I mean? I thought the picture would be facing the crowd, but it's actually they turned it the other way. I didn't even know that until tonight. Pretty crazy.
And all those who were in it have one of those.
Real.
Awesome.
No.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, where were we, Howard?
Really?
We missed the
we
missed the mojo.
Well, anyway, another story for another time. Kyle, Bill Mott.
Yeah.
So well deserved. One of the biggest applause moments of the night. Well deserved. He had many Eclipse, nominees and winners within the night with his horses. Paul, I know you have the stat. I didn't write it down. When was the last time Mott had won before tonight?
Oh, I think it was about more than 10 years, I believe.
I think they said
it was like
2011.
11, I was going to say, yeah.
Kyle, for a trainer to win that, 12, 13 years after the last one in this day and age, considering all these younger trainers that have come up and blah, 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 it's really unbelievable. John.
Well, yeah, and you want to talk about unbelievable. Bill Mott has won Eclipse Awards now in 3 different decades. If you want to go that route too, 95, 96, 2011, and now 2023. That's an
awesome.
unbelievable feat in and of itself. And again, what an unbelievable year for Bill Mott. Completely deserved. And, like you said, when you go up against Cox and it was Chad Brown, right?
Yeah,
Or Top Pletcher
sometimes too.
Yeah.
I mean, just name the.
But
right.
either way, being able to stack up against those. But yeah, just an unbelievable year for Bill Mott and definitely deserved.
A few other quick ones. Paul, let's give some credit up to the Mark, who I thought, as we talked about, could have almost been horse of the year if he didn't lose a length to Augusta Rodin. Pete, I know you've been a huge fan up to the Mark all year long on this show. He does win male turf, Paul. And of course, Rapoli's got to make a cheeky comment about Pletcher claiming people said he can never train a turf horse, which I've actually never heard anyone say that. That being said, up to the Mark did get some just deserved there.
Yeah, it would have been interesting. I mean, you certainly could have made a case had he won that race. And that was a tremendous training job by Todd, with the gap that the horse and lost to an Aidan O'Brien monster in the Breeders' Cup. So, that is a real horse. That was in a field of not very good U.S. turf horses. That horse was outstanding this year.
Other things, other winners, Pete. Elite Power gets male sprinter. I don't think anyone's really surprised by that. Inspiral, who's going to come back next year, which is pretty cool.
That's a weird one because I always against the one-time Euros winning, but that was such a bad crop that I think that was the right call. But I usually am against they just come over, win the Breeders' Cup, and get the Eclipse. But in Italian, definitely didn't deserve it, and
I thought Mauch could have easily won it.
Mauch could have got it, I think, too. But I thought Inspiral made sense.
Yeah, Jen Antonucci, Kyle. What a story! What a Arcangelo. Again, very well deserved. Just very enthusiastic. That just seems like a really fun ownership group and people to be around.
Oh yeah, she's up there. She's cheering. She's pumping her fist. Yeah. It's awesome. Again, another good story. But we talked about it all year, guys. With all the different races Arcangelo is in, just a masterful training job all year by Jen Antonucci, always having this horse ready. Not necessarily came out of nowhere in the Peter Pan, but was high price in the Peter Pan and was never near that since. Was always ready. Jen Antonucci, again, just a fantastic training job all the way through. And unfortunately, couldn't see him run in the big dance, but definitely deserved champion 3-year-old.
Yep, no doubt about it. Let's talk about some human awards quickly, and then we'll get into other things. Axel Concepcion wins the Apprentice. Everyone knew that he would.
Yeah.
He's got a bright future, obviously. Irad, guys, 5th time jockey champion. I'll tell you what, I think he's got a few more in him. I don't know who's going to overtake him. Maybe Flavien if he has a crazy year. You know what I was thinking, guys, maybe it's because I have a brother. Of course, we're not jockeys, my brother and I, but I sort of felt bad for Jose a little bit. I know that he's a great rider, obviously. He's been nominated. I think has he won Jockey of the Year? I don't think he has, Jose Ortiz. No, I don't believe so. But anyway, I don't know. I sort of felt bad for Jose. He's very accomplished in his own right, but Irad for the 5th time.
Paul, real quick, Howard. Paul, who'd you have as your jockeys on your ballot? Just curious. Did you have Castellano on there?
You know what, Pete? We talked about this. I did not.
Okay,
and it was tough. I would not have picked him first, and ultimately that's all that matters. Yeah. It came down to him and Tyler. And you can make a good case. And, I guess if I had to do it over again, I might have put him 3rd just because, you could see that him being a finalist would. Yeah, and I get that. I probably won a little bit too much by the numbers, but hey, he won the Derby, he won the Belmont, he won the Travers. So, some people would argue, well, you're going to give it to Mott, who didn't have the best numbers. Yeah. Maybe you could give it to him. And I know people who voted for him.
The human awards are tough because everybody's going to value different things, I think, in the human awards. They're going to value who values money more, who values wins, who values grade ones, who values other Eclipse winners or nominees. I assume those are a little tougher.
We got some big time shooters here in the chat. We got Matt Cutera from Adelphi Racing is here. We got Anthony Rowell from Crownsway. By the way, we need to have a race somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be New York or I don't know, Kentucky. I want to see a Crownsway versus a Delphi horse racing against each other. That would be sort of fun. And Dave Duncan, take it easy, man. I listen. I can't show the label, right? We got like suit or something. Yeah. It's a real beer. Take it easy. I got this bottle of wine.
It's O'Doul's. I think it's O'Doul's, RDW. They still make those. I'm not sure, but there we go.
I'm on a diet, so I'm going to light. It's real.
And sorry to the Jose Ortiz point. He actually won, I believe. He won before Irad ever won one. Jose won in 2017.
Okay, there you go.
Irad was 18, 19, 20, and 22, and now 23, right?
We need a response from Tony Rollo. Keeneland. Let's go, Tony.
Let's go.
Adelphi versus Crownsway. Now we got to figure out the horses. That'll be interesting.
Right.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Oh, by the way, Matt Cutera, since you're listening, this is for everyone. The Horse Racing Nation put out the updated Derby odds for Circa and Caesars, I believe, in Vegas. Are you listening, Matt Cutera? Pandagate, 151. Let's go, 150 to 1 on Pandagate. That's a talented 3-year-old Clement / Adelphi horse. How much money, Matt Cutera, should I put down on that? I think I'm already engaged in the Derby future as it is. I agree with this also, guys. Singh, Nice gesture by Rapoli acknowledging Jose's ride at Keeneland, beating Master of the Seas. Kyle, we remember that one, don't we? You want to tell the backstory on that one for 10 seconds?
Do I? Oh man,
I don't know.
Either way, that was one of my biggest win bets on the year was Master of the Seas. I just didn't think Up to the Mark was ready, and obviously he was off that layoff. But hurts a little bit. But I mean, look, Up to the Mark's Up to the Mark. So what am I going to do?
That was a contest day, as I recall.
It was. Yes, it was.
And I would not have won, but I would have finished with quite a nice bankroll had Master of the Sea, because what I would have done going forward, that's
What's
too
even
bad.
crazier, Kyle, is that was probably, well, I think arguably one of the most exciting finishes of the year, and we weren't even in the stands. We were at the paddock watching on TV. That was a mistake, but that's just the way it worked out. Let's see. We had another comment from Tony Rallo. Might have to. Ooh, look out, McUtear. Anthony Rallo wants to go to your neck of the woods up there in Saratoga. That speaking of Saratoga, some announcements came out today, Paul. Do you want to share what I'm talking about real quick?
The tickets are going on sale February 15th. And for all of you Saratoga fans who are used to bringing in your coolers full of beer, you can bring in your coolers full of O'Douls. They are not going to allow people to bring in. They're very much running this like the Belmont Stakes, regardless of the venue. And I know because I inquired about a table that I get for our guys during the Saratoga meet.
Yes.
And that table is not being sold directly by NYRA. It's being sold by the company they've contracted with to do premium hospitality. So,
what? Paul,
yes.
I feel a lawsuit coming on, Paul.
This wouldn't be the 4-star Dave
area, would it? Paul, would that be in the 4-star Dave area?
Yes.
Okay.
Howard, hold on here.
Best spot in the track right there.
I think we got some brewing, guys, but I think I have an idea what's going on. But take care of that, Paul. No worries. I want to talk about the actual show itself for a minute as well. Wait, Matt Miller has a suggestion for you, Paul. I know you're in the middle of something here. Your table is not my table. There you go, Paul. You can join us. I think we're gonna have something brewing here, guys. Do not go anywhere. I think we have a major surprise about to unfold here on our live after party. Thanks for joining the HHH Racing Podcast as we are live here on Thursday night, January 25th, after the Eclipse Awards. Let's talk about the show itself just for a minute, guys, and then I think we'll have a surprise coming on. So Mike Rapoli gives, look, I don't know what to say. He has a lot of wonderful ideas and he puts a hell of a lot of money in the game. But when you're the first speech out and you immediately turn around the 1 minute clock and then, speak for 8 minutes with 6, pieces of profanity. I mean,
yeah, it was not acceptable.
Paul, I want to like the guy, but that's just, that's not all that class. I'm sorry. It's just not.
Howard, I couldn't agree more. All his talk about disruption, I don't have a problem with that. We can all make a cogent argument. The game needs it. But, you know what I'm thinking? I mean, first of all, his daughter is sitting there, who's about the same age as Kelly Dorman. And I don't know about his house, but I know that those aren't that's not common vernacular in the Dorman's house. And I'm sure that I think Irad's daughter was there. She went up to accept with him. Yeah. Again, I think you can make your points. I fully expected that he would work in what he's trying to do, and I have no problem with that. But I know, you can take the queens out of the kid, et cetera. But anyway.
Yeah. Paul, we got a guest. Guest, give me a little thumbs up if you can hear us there in the background. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Awesome.
We are so proud to bring on live, and please, a huge round of applause for everyone in the chat. The wonderful father of Kylie and Cody Dorman, Kelly Dorman, champion horse of the year. Cody's Wish. What's up, Kelly? Congratulations, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, I would say how about them apples, but since it's horses, how about them carrots?
Oh, man. We are so happy for you. Please, a lot of comments in the live chat. We got Kelly Dorman live. Kelly, thanks for coming on. Congratulations. I'm sure you felt the warmth in the room, man. And I don't want to blab. I want everyone on the screen here to have a chance to talk to you. But your speeches were awesome. The warmth. Everyone was standing at the end for Horse of the Year. That does not always happen. Your whole family was there. Kylie did a great job to see your wife. Can you just real quick thoughts on the whole night in general, Kelly?
It was incredible. Now I'm just so glad for Godolphin too. You know, they're part of our family, and you know, I'm still kind of numb right now, man. I mean, you know, Paul knows me as good as any of you guys, and you know, he knows that when I get up and speak at these things, I don't write notes down and stuff, and I'm terrible with remembering people's names. So I try to purposely not point individuals out and stuff. You know, he knows I can read and write. I just can't read and talk.
I'll tell you what, off the cuff, you did a great job. Paul, let me throw it to you for a question for Kelly or a comment.
Congratulations, pal. That was something. That was something. And
Thanks, brother.
I was doing pretty good, but when they brought my friend Kylie up there, that was tough. That was tough.
Yeah. You know, when I got up, you know, Dan usually don't ask me to do anything to get up and speak until just like right before. I think he thinks it's funny. He did text me a few days ago, and thank you, sir. Appreciate you, buddy. And told me if he won, he wanted me to get up and speak, and it just that in itself is such an incredible honor, and to be here at the Eclipse Awards, this place is amazing, man. You know, I found a little quiet spot to hide. There's a pretty good party going on back here. I'm so thankful to be in the position I am, you know, to be Cody's father and to watch all he done, you know, watch him have a hand in changing the world, and people in most places brought so much good to everything. It's just it's incredible, man. I mean, I'm a blessed person, very blessed. We're blessed family.
Well, we are blessed to have you all in our lives in one way or another. Pete and Kyle, let's ask a real quick question for Kelly, and then we'll let him get back to the party. Pete, you can go ahead. Question or just a comment?
No, I was just going to say, did Kylie know she was going up to read the card, or was that spur of the moment?
No, she didn't. Gosh, I forgot the guy's name. You'll have to help me out.
Tom Rooney.
Tom Rooney.
Yeah.
Told you I was bad with names. But anyway, he come to me earlier in the night, and he said after the show is over, he said he wanted to give something to Kylie and wanted to know if she would be okay coming up on stage and accepting it. And I thought, yeah, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just something they were adding on at the end of the awards. And then, you know, he got to talking, and you know, I kind of, there in the last few seconds, figured out what was going on. You know, he getting her the envelope, man. She handled it like a champ. I mean,
she was fantastic.
Great.
And by the way, Cody, when Tom Rooney asked Kylie to come up and announce the winner, I think Cody's wish was 1 to 9, Kelly, to win that award, because there was no effing way Kylie was about to say White Barrio. I can tell you that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, I'd been kind of puzzling on that one if that happened.
Yeah. Kyle, quick thought or question or comment for Kelly, and then we'll let him get back to the party.
I mean, like I said, you got to get back to the party, but just
good.
like I said, we're just super blessed to, you know, have you guys just being a part of this, any small part of the story. Just super blessed to have you guys be a part of the, you know, of the HHH Racing Podcast family, and just an awesome way to cap off an amazing story, man. It's just congratulations to everyone.
A lot of love on this end of the screen. We are so blessed, Kelly. We are the ones that are blessed. Believe me.
Yeah. You know, you guys are right there in the winner circle with me a lot of times. Don't know how you do it.
Absolutely.
Great.
I just got one sort of quick question, Kelly, and then I'll let Paul end it. I know that you were pretty confident that Cody was going to win, but I mean, you never know. It's horse racing. I mean, how could you describe the confidence level of the family and of Godolphin of Cody's Wish winning horse of the year before it actually happened?
I was, when we rode out here, I'm just trying to see if anything had leaked out, and nobody had any idea. I mean, it was pretty close, it's kind of the way we felt, the way I felt. I don't think they knew, they are confident, with everything they accomplished. Yeah,
Yes.
You do have to carry that confidence to be like that. Yeah. Oh, come here. Hang on. I don't
We got.
we got a special guest here tonight on the.
All right, bring him on. What do we got?
Look at this.
Hey, go ahead, Paul.
Leslie, the brains of the operation.
Hey, Leslie. Go ahead, Paul.
You were doing all this.
I see the star. There's the star of the show. Hey, Kylie.
Great job, Kylie. You were awesome tonight. Great job. Did you have fun, Kylie? Did you have a lot of
Great
fun?
job, Kylie.
Great job,
You were the
Kylie.
You were the best Dorman speaker tonight, Kylie.
I'll have to agree, without a doubt. Without a doubt, man. But,
Kelly, I'm going to let Paul finish it, but I just want to say on behalf of the HHH Racing Podcast, we love you. We miss you guys. We miss Cody. Congratulations on everything that happened tonight. So well deserved. So happy for you. And we're all, of course, extremely happy for that gentleman over there, all the way on the right, Paul Halloran. The next big event, there'll be no tears at all. It's going to be all happiness for the Paul Halloran book signing. I want to see you there. I know, Kelly, you're going to be there. Maybe we'll be there, or at least we'll be watching it through the podcast. But again, Paul, we're so happy for you and the Dorman family. Paul.
Well, I'm looking forward to that day too, Howard. There's a little work to be done between now and then, but I'll leave you with this, Kelly, and we haven't talked about this. I just today sent off another note to an agent, and this is an agent who's looking for books that explore the limitless of human potential or that change the way we think about the world around us. And I respectfully noted that I think this one would check those boxes.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. I was just finished up doing an interview with a lady from Chile, and I was just blown away with how widespread it is, the impact he's made, and he had every reason you can imagine given to him to lay down and quit and give up a long time ago. And man, I tell you what, he was a heavyweight fighter that didn't.
He sure was. Kelly, any final thoughts for the fans and viewers watching the podcast tonight and seeing you win Horse of the Year? Any final thoughts for the fans, or anything you want to say to the fans and the viewers of the podcast who are celebrating with you tonight?
Yeah, man. I mean, absolutely. The fans. Paul's been there. He ribs me all the time because I keep apologizing. We try to get from A to B, and I'm getting stopped every 5 feet. People telling us how much it means to them. And a lot of people's pretty emotional about it too. They're, just getting to see Cody and stuff, and just the inspiration it's done, and that means the absolute world to us. We had a. Obviously it's been incredibly hard losing him. There's some days it's just unbearable, but he left us with such a huge support group, and that's it. That's his fan base. He made sure his mother and his sister and me is taken care of. We'll go stretches a few days that things don't go so well. Don't sleep good, nothing works right. You miss him so much. And then all of a sudden you get a card or something out of the blue, even from somebody you don't even know. Some people you do know. And it's just so uplifting and meaningful because the pride that we have in what he accomplished kind of offsets the grief in a lot of ways. And the fans, you guys, everybody. I can't, I'd have to be one of those literature guys like Paul to really describe what my heart feels like. I sell myself short by sleeping through English class back in the day. You guys are incredible. And, if the fans that's watching this right now, if you got people that's big into it, that's not watching, let them know how much that we appreciate everything they've done. How much we just thank you.
We will absolutely do that. Please send our love again to Leslie and Kylie. Kelly Dorman of Cody's Wish fame, Horse of the Year. Congratulations to Kelly Dorman. Enjoy the rest of the night, man. Have some champagne, some beer, whatever you do, man. Go party.
Hey, man, I just want you guys to know, last time I was wearing a tux, I got married. So,
it's looking good, man. Looking sharp. Take care, Kelly. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Really appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
See you, Kel.
Wow. Man, are we lucky? And I say we, like, meaning everyone on this screen, and Noah and Charlie and Patrick, and I mean, man, Paul, that was awesome. I mean,
that's a good get, Howard. In TV, they call that a good get.
That is a great get. That will be found nowhere on YouTube. I don't care if this video has 300 views or 300 million views. That made my week. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for doing that.
Well,
awesome.
It's just, and it shows you what type of people they are. How, I mean, you can imagine what it's like down there in the after party at the Breakers in Palm Beach with everyone wanting to congratulate him. And, like I told you, I said, I brought it up, and he right away said, if we can break away at all, we'll do it. And there came the text saying, shoot me a link. So it's just the type of people they are. They're really, they really welcome me into their family as part of this task I'm on. And, that's really the important thing. I'm really looking forward to getting a book written, but, they'll be family for life.
No question. We can feel your emotion. It's so well understood. And I can guarantee you, Paul, that I'm not Mr. Editor with YouTube, but I will be cutting up parts of this video and putting up on X when
absolutely
with Kelly saying certain things for sure. Guys, I certainly don't want to end on a downer at all. But anyway, we were talking about Rapoli. I think we cover that enough. Here's the one thing that Paul and Kyle and Pete, I don't think everyone quite understands unless you're in media. Would all these present, and listen, I've never won an Eclipse Award. Chance of me winning it extremely unlikely unless I can pull an AHC out of my ass. Do these people understand that the reason why there's 1 minute limit is because they are on TV, which has sponsorship? What would they prefer, not to be on TV? I mean, if you don't want to be on TV and you don't want to get recognized in front of the whole world, then have 20-minute speeches. But advertisers are not going to pay for a 6-hour show, Paul. I know you know this, and Kyle and Pete, I'm sure you know that as well. I don't think they see the bigger picture. Like, you're on effing TV. Understand that there is a time limit and there are advertisers, and deal with it. Like, it's not just Rapoli. Like, they completely lose sight of that. And I just want to throw that out there. Like, there's a reason. I'm not trying to stick it to the people by saying, oh, you only get 1 minute. FanDuel only paid for 2 hours, guys. There is money behind these telecasts, Paul.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they did a great job though. They were done at 9:30.
They did. It's amazing.
They did a good job, but the TV window was there, and I think they did a good job after Rapoli. Everything kind of moved along pretty quickly. I think they knew they had to play catch up, Pete.
Yeah. They're like, we keep it real short now. You're not getting the award.
If you listen very carefully, there were some subtle digs into Rapoli, like, well, whatever. I'm not gonna. If you watch the telecast, they said like, I don't know. You'd have to watch it again. Some little cheeky side comments by the commentators, not directly towards. And Jay Pridman put out a great post. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw it
about 2 minutes after the Rapoli speech. He said, "Stay classy, Palm Beach." I believe was his. Yeah, that's all he said. And I liked it. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up. I know it's coming up in 10:15 on the East Coast. I'll just go in order. I'm gonna let Paul speak last. Kyle, final thoughts on what you saw tonight. No real surprise in the awards, but it's always a fun night.
No, and it is, and it's the time for everyone, everyone's complete hard work to get recognized, and a lot of these horses, the exercise riders were thanked, all the people that make it what it is. It's not just the people on the forefront; it's all the people working day in and day out on the back end to get these horses race ready. And obviously that's the true story. But I think there's one line that sums up everything, the whole story, and it's on the wristband that I have on right here.
Yeah.
It's wishes do come true.
Well said, Kyle. Pete, final thoughts on not even really the event itself, but just the night in general, and again, the story, whether Paul was part of the show or not, is clearly Cody's Wish, Godolphin, and Bill Mott.
Yeah, I'll let Paul speak on that. I'll say congratulations to Paul officially again, and we're happy that just knowing Paul has brought this story, made it a little more personal as opposed to just being a complete outsider. And that's been very cool along the way. And it's a story that's going to continue, and, it's going to continue with the book and the Academy Award, right? As we talked about last week. So we're on the path isn't over yet.
Boy.
The path keeps going. We just have to figure out who's going to play Paul. I'm Brad Pitt, George Clooney. They could shave their head. I'm one of them at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Danny DeVito. I will tell
Comment
you,
in the chat, who should play Paul? What actor should play Paul Halloran in the movie? Comment in the chat. Matt Miller, waiting for you. I can't wait to see what Matt comes up with.
I
Paul,
did get, by the way, when you watch I think that was the race at Churchill, when you watch the race next to Mrs. Dorman, you get good airtime. So I will tell you.
I got a name. Someone who's older than you, but has the same kind of energy and panache and could probably play you. How about a little Bobby De Niro?
Yeah, this conversation is really deteriorating.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it offline. We'll come up with we'll cast the whole movie for you. We'll do that on a special episode in a few months. We'll cast the whole
I will tell you how when Kelly brought up the tux, it was kind of ironic. He sent me a picture the other day. He was picking up his tux in the strip mall where the DoubleTree is that I stay in when I go to I've stayed in 4 times in the last year. But I texted him today and I said National Geographic called and they want to know how many penguins had to be sacrificed for your tux.
I knew that was going. By the way, speaking of wearing clothes that are black and white and that look a bit uncomfortable, I've got a video coming out next week with Davey Lane. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Oh, good. Nice.
You can read between the lines there, maybe.
Absolutely.
How about George Costanzo?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh, boy.
Final thoughts on just an incredible night for the Dormans and indirectly, of course, for you.
Yeah, I'm happy for them, Howard. I got a text from him today. I don't think he'd mind my sharing, and I would have never thought of this, but they flew down there today from Lexington, and they flew through Atlanta. And he said it was pretty difficult, especially for Leslie and Kylie going through Atlanta, which is obviously where they went through and on the way home from the Breeders' Cup. And, I think of a lot of things. I never would have thought of that. But, again, not enough good things can happen to them. I really can't say enough about the Godolphin people, how they've treated them. And the whole horse racing world saw it tonight. And I'm honored that they've entrusted me with what they've entrusted me, and I will be back at it tomorrow morning, and I am going to do my best to make them proud.
I'm sure you will. I think we'll just leave it right at that. Incredible night at the Eclipse Awards this evening in Florida for my wonderful co-host Kyle Roscoe, Pete Visco, Paul Halloran, author of a future book about Cody's Wish. This has been your host, Howard Kravitz. It's been the after party recap of the Eclipse Awards. Crush your bets at the next Eclipse Awards. I don't know. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Take care, folks.
Thanks, guys. Good job.
See ya.
If you have not followed his Triple H Horse Racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.